Hi, I'm Jill. You can find out more about me at jilllocal.com. So, when we start to learn about the fact that we create our reality, quite often people, are happy to accept the amazing things in life. I created that new job and I manifested, this new relationship and all of these things. But on the flip side of that, it tends to be that people have a hard time accepting that they create the unwanted things as well. The loss of that job, or the loss of that relationship, or whatever it is. And I'm here to tell you that you create it all, and there's absolute power in this, and I'll tell you why. So, if you are willing to accept that you create your entire reality, you create all of it, you create, walking down the street and stubbing your toe, you create, anything from childhood, you create this, anything that's going on in your reality is simply a reflection of what's going on in your mind. It allows you to step out of the victim mode and move into the mode of the creator. If you stay in victim mode and only accept that you create certain things, then you have no power to change it, right? Because what you're essentially saying to the universe is, well, I didn't create that, so that person needs to change so that I can deal with that. Or that thing needs to be different so that I can deal with that because I didn't make that happen. But if you're willing to look at everything as your creation, then you can also look at those things instead of, why is this happening to me? It's like, what is this teaching me? And, you've probably heard teachers say this before, but what does it really mean? Well, what it means is, as you look at what's happening in your reality, you can reflect on that and go, okay, so this is my external experience. So what is happening for me internally? Where are my beliefs at? Where are my thought patterns? Where are my emotions to be creating that on the outside? And then as you start to unpack that and really understand where your programming is, and really understand the lessons and the messages in these so-called obstacles, then you're able to evolve through it. And once you get to the other side, I guarantee that you'll actually be grateful for it. Some of the biggest catalysts in my life have been traumas. A relationship with a narcissist, the death of my dad, divorce, even a loss of a job. Like, these things have been huge, lessons for me, and really have contributed to my evolution. And that's because I've been willing to look at it and say, okay, so what's going on here for me that I've created that, and what's the lesson in this, and how can I evolve through this, right? Now, people will often say, okay, well, that's all well and good, but what about childhood disease? What about children that are abused? And so my perspective on that, and my belief around that, is that we come into this lifetime, we incarnate into this lifetime with certain things that we want to learn and experience. And to really get a grasp of all of this, we really need to step out of the human perspective and step into the soul perspective. So we are souls having a human experience, right? We're not humans having a spiritual experience. It's the other way around. We're a soul that's incarnated into this meat suit for a while. We're going to play a part. We're going to have fun. We're going to play a part, and then we're going to leave, and then we'll do it again. And so the soul doesn't really attach to things like we do, right? The soul is more, like it's playing a video game. Like, it's choosing its character, it's choosing what game it wants to play, it's choosing the level of difficulty, right? And then it comes and plays the game, and then it goes and then it plays another game. It's not like, we hold on to so much and we think so much about everything that's going on, and we're really attached to it all. Whereas the soul is not. The soul just wants to come and experience and learn and expand. So, it's my belief that before we incarnate, that, souls have this, you'll get a group of souls together and they'll have this kind of meeting to say, hey, like I really want to learn forgiveness in this lifetime. And so, one of the other souls will say, okay, well, I'm willing to do something completely unforgivable to you, so that you can learn that forgiveness, right? And this, I believe, is where, soul contracts, and this is where I believe that this creation happens. So, like, yes, the small child does not choose to be abused. It doesn't choose to have cancer, but it's created that at a soul level for possibly many contracts to be fulfilled. So if you think about it, like if you think about the parents of the child that has the childhood cancer, what impact does that have on those parents? What impact do they then have on the world? What impact does it have on the doctors and the other people that baby has or that child has interaction with? And so if we can all, and I know that that's probably impossible, but if we can all start to look at these situations in, like with a compassionate heart and go, okay, so there's purpose for that. And who am I to say that it's wrong for that child to be experiencing that? Who am I to say that homeless person shouldn't be experiencing that? Right? We are in control of our destiny. We are the ones that, are creating our reality. And to say that, that soul's journey shouldn't be like that, because as a human, I can't understand that. Like, that's ridiculous when you look at it, right? That soul, the miscarriages, right? Like, there are lessons to be learned there. That soul incarnates for a moment potentially, and then the parents then have to deal, stillbirths, whatever. Then the parent then has to deal with that and learn through that and grow through that, right? So when you kind of zoom out, and look at things from a soul perspective, everything changes, and you can really sort of start to see that there's just a much bigger purpose to what's going on behind the scenes. And, our tiny human brains with our 5 senses quite often get confused about that and can't see the bigger picture. There's so much more to our reality than what our 5 senses can experience. And so, yeah, I hope that helps you. If we can just kind of zoom out and think, okay, from a soul perspective, what am I learning from this? What is my growth from this? How can I grow through this? How can I evolve through this? Then you start to change. You start to move from being a victim of life and circumstances, and you move into the hot seat. You move into the creation mode. And that's where the power is, right? That's where the God force is. That's where anything is available to you. And anything is available to you. So I really hope that helps explain a little bit. I'll be back with more videos real soon. Please comment, tag, share, like, save this video. Get it out to whoever you think might appreciate this content. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with you again real soon. I love you. Thank you.